Hello, everyone. This is welcome to the Amazing Skill Modelers Sunday Hangout. I'm your host, Scratch and Jack. Amazing Skill Modelers is a Google Plus and Facebook community of skill modelers are reaching out across all skill modeling genres, interests. Okay, I got to do this. Got to pause there. I'm sorry. I should say, we are a community of skill modelers reaching across all skill modeling genres, mediums, inspire friendships from around the world. And today, in this hangout, you'll find it to be an important source of information about the hobby and see firsthand the skill modeling experience. Joining me today are the usual suspects to kill time in doing all these things. And if you want to join us, the live chat is open. And we hope to get to you and talk, just broadcast on the air as to your comments and questions. So bring them all. And if you want to join us, Google's made it a challenge, but as you see, I got at least 3 people in. And we'll work diligently to see if you can get yourselves in if you want to join us. Okay. Really, the only thing I have right now is just to reiterate the community builds. That will be the stunt and speed. That will be anything that goes fast. Performed a record of a stunt or speed record or something. And we have the street muscle and custom car build, which you would find at a neighborhood fair or a car show. You know the type of cars that make your heart palpitate and all that stuff. And these are pretty much out of the box builds until August 31st. And we have a Star Wars build also, something more than just out of the box. I'm not so sure. I'm doing the 72 scale fine molds Millennium Falcon. It's challenging enough out of the box to think I'm going to make it more challenging. This is more out of the box. You can add photo etch, aftermarket parts, resin parts. You can detail it. You can accurize it. You can light it. You can give it sound effects. Put in a diorama. All sorts of things. This is anticipation of the December 15th release of the new movie coming out. Moving along, that will be pretty much it for right now. Anyhow, moving along, I'd like to say hello. I want to say hello to Jay first because he had to leave early 2 weeks ago, and I want to be sure when I catch him because I haven't talked to him in like 4 to 6 weeks, maybe.
It's been a while, yeah.
How you been?
I've been good. I've been busy, but good. Things have been kind of crazy. I been working at my electronics bench, is where I am right now, and doing a lot of work there. I got some new toys. I got this in the mail. I have wanted an old vacuform.
Oh, it's a Mattel, the old Mattel.
An old Mattel vacuform, and there's somebody on eBay that sells a refurbishing kit for it.
Yeah,
basically that replaces the vacuum part, or the part that actually holds your thing you're making a mold of. This is very the original is very hard to find, and it only has about like 40 holes in it. This is got over 100. There's a replacement for the little valve in there so that when you push down on it, it sucks out but then doesn't blow back out and ruin everything. Some replacement stuff for the inside of it. This thing is easily, what's the date on it? 62.
Yeah,
1962, and yet this works like a dream. It still heats up really nice. There's the guy includes silicone sealant and everything for the pump inside. So I've been playing with this just for doing some smaller things, and it's nice. And you can get the upgrade kit is something like $20, and you can get a used vacuform for as little as like $15.
Yeah,
online. They're not a terribly expensive thing. Picked up a couple of kits that are from old science fiction movies. one of which is reasonably new. The other has been out for a while. One is a whole lot better kit. First is this one from Pegasus.
Oh, Rocket Ship XM. Okay.
Yeah, this is very few parts in this, but it's a nice looking kit. It's well made. It seems to be anyway. I mean, the molding is very clean on it, and it wouldn't have much in the way of lighting, but it could be lit. I could put engines and light up around the top of it.
There's a couple portholes, I think, up near.
Yeah, there's some portholes. There's like 6 or 8 portholes around the top. But I don't even know if it has a base. I don't think it has a base in it, but yeah, I could make something. Yeah, it's from the movie Rocket Ship XM, which means Rocket Ship Expedition Moon, which is why they went to Mars.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, it's like in the movie Abbott and Costello go to Mars. They go to Venus. I had nothing to do with naming these things. And from Atlantis Models, I picked this up. I'm gonna move so I can see what I'm doing here. Get out. Okay. Yeah, this is the flying saucer from Earth versus the Flying Saucers, and I was kind of excited until I got it. It's got one of these little things in it to keep the box from getting crushed, like you get in a pizza, you know. And then the kit showed up, and with the exception of either the ray gun sticking out or the landing thing, that's it.
Wow. Huge parts count.
Yeah, it has a total of 2 parts with 2 optional parts. I think they felt guilty about doing it this way, so they included a little LED unit that'll do pulsating LEDs, but the thing is, there's nowhere on here for you to have pulsating LEDs, and there's no translucent parts for the pulsating LED to show through. But they do give you a wonderfully crappy piece of cardboard to display it on if you want to.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Fortunately, it's not an.
Boy, they spared no expense on that one.
I think this might be one that I actually do manage to finish building. But
yeah, you could mount them on a board with motors so they're spinning like.
I'd like to, but I don't know. I might modify it into the Mars or into the Mars Attacks.
Did they include the pizza box support as one of the parts?
Well, I wasn't, but if I do include this, then it's got 5 parts total. 2 of which are optional. So you can either have the ray gun antenna sticking out, or you can have the landing tube sticking out. So, I mean, they could have included a couple of little, little tanks or dead soldiers or something. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Atlantis Models. So.
They're still in business.
Yeah, they're still in business. This is a reasonably new kit. So, that was my laugh for the week. I won't repeat the words that actually came out of my mouth when I opened it up, but "are you?" and then something and then "kidding me" came out of my mouth. That's as far as I'll take it.
Yeah.
So, it was yeah, that's gonna take some time on that one, boy.
Very interesting.
Wow.
I'm actually afraid to ask, how long do you think it'll take you to finish that?
A month or 2. Depends on how much scratch building I want to do. I may not ever actually build it. I may just keep it around for laugh's sakes,
just for giggles. Yeah.
God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So that's all that's been going on, huh?
My fiance had surgery last week, and so that's been keeping me busy because I've been full-time, caregiver.
Yeah,
Taking care of her for the last week. So, but I'm not complaining. I'm just
you're busy.
Busy. So
yeah, you're busy. Well, it's good to see you. It's very agreeable to see you and get your expertise again.
Glad I'm back here. I've missed talking to you guys and missed hanging out. And the last time I was about to, and then Google decided to stop working. Google Chrome completely stopped working and would not. Well, let me change that. It works fine unless you want to connect to the internet. Then it won't. But which for an internet browser tends to be a tends to be a problem. Yeah. But otherwise,
Yeah. Let me get this out of the way because this is glass. I just might destroy it. Okay, got that out of the way. Anyway, very good. Moving on. How you doing, Randall? I'm just going to, go over there and say hello to you first.
Hey, Jack. Not too bad.
In this case.
Well, I'm still working away at this the Millennium Falcon for the Star Wars group build. I'm in the process of butchering the cockpit. Because now I'm going to swear in front of you, Jack. I'm going to use the B word very briefly, but I pinched one of the Bandai figures, Han Solo himself, and set him into the cockpit here. I've got my finger on his lap so he doesn't fall out. He's not glued in or anything like that. And he actually fits on the seat and behind the console and everything, but as soon as you put the canopy on, he gets pushed over to one side. It just pushes him over into the middle like that there.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I've removed the two seats that were behind his and extended the floor a bit. I'll be filling in those holes and what have you. And if I can work out a way of getting the pilot and co-pilot seats moved back a little as well, it might give a wee bit more headroom, with the slope of the canopy. And I might be able to get everything squeezed in. In the meantime, I've ordered a couple of sets of railway figures, N gauge, which works out about the 148 scale, which again will be slightly smaller than 144. And if all else fails, Z gauge, which is very nearly 200 scale. And if they don't fit in that cockpit,
Well, then,
I'm just gonna paint the glass black and say it's great. Yeah.
Call it the Millennium Solo.
Yeah. It'll be the Millennium Falcon flown by kids.
Well, my solution to that was actually pretty amateur, but it's successful. As you can see, you can't even see inside. That was my solution to the problem. It's just hinting that there's something in there. But I think what happened was they give you masks for this.
Yeah.
And there were masks also on the guns too. I think, you know what, now that I'm looking at this, I think the masks are still on there.
Maybe why you can't see inside.
You know what? I'm gonna check and see if they're still on there. I mean, this is actually kind of fun.
I've been doing my own masking because I've seen other reviews of this kit, and the masks that they supply don't stick very well.
No, they're not masked. They're foggy too.
Right. I
thought maybe they were masked, but this is so small. Does it really matter? I mean, I don't know. What are you going to do? What is it going to do extra on it?
Extra, I am going to mount it on the back of the Star Destroyer superstructure, the bridge structure, or bridge superstructure, yeah. But I'm not going to build the whole thing that big, you know. I wouldn't have the room for it, but I'll be mounting it on a good old picture frame, so it'll sit.
You don't mind if I steal that idea?
That's actually
Like
that's
don't
a
steal
good
it,
idea.
because I stole it from somebody else.
Oh, okay.
This is by no means original.
No, actually, I want to do a Mos Eisley build, something that's similar to Dave is doing, the Hoth diorama that he's doing for his frame.
Just take a picture frame, turn it up like that there, and then set it on like that. There,
Right.
there you are. Hoth.
You know,
It's even got a great color for snow.
when it comes to masking,
that's a good idea.
when it comes to masking, what a lot of the people who do a lot of aircraft are using, I've been seeing lately for doing painting masks, they've been using bare metal foil and using that to actually make the mask, and then just pulling that away afterwards. It keeps the paint out, and it gives you a really nice sharp edge. So
that's an idea.
Just throwing that out there.
I've been working away with good old Tamiya masking tape. It works for me. And the nice thing about these parts here is the canopy frames are very well defined. So it's just a case of laying in your piece of tape, defining the edges with a sharp pencil, and keeping your X-Acto sharp. Or I was going to say, keep your X-Acto dry, and don't shoot until you see the green of their eyes. And for a bit of extra detail in the cockpit, whether it'll be seen or not, I printed out this from the internet from a well-known photo etch company that provides parts for these kits. And I hope they don't mind if I just reproduce this as a decal, so I can at least get the back wall.
It's a good idea.
With some sort of detail on it, and mind you, it'll be a wee bit more recessed, so it'll be even harder to see whether you'll actually see it or not. It's another thing, but I'll know it's there, and you guys will know it's there because I'll show you when I get it done. That's that one. On the speed and stunt and speed build, I'm still working with fixing the canopy on this thing.
Yeah, you got to raise it up, don't you? Too.
Yeah, the canopy line where the kit is molded. There's no way that canopy would ever slide open. Once the pilot was in there, he's stuck. So I wasn't happy with that, so I had to prise the canopy back off again, trying not to damage the paintwork, and then remask the canopy. It's sitting over that away somewhere drying. And I'll be back on track because I still have 4 more decals to put on it, and then stick the engine on it. Oh no, sorry. 4 more decals, the rigging, which after everything else is going to be a dawdle, and then stick the engine and the cowling on it, and that'll be it. It'll be done. Famous last words.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, well, you're almost done with that plane, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much. Just a bit of an extra clear coat to seal in the decals, and as I say, then the rigging.
Okay.
And in the engine, and the final unmasking, and then I think that'll be it done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to weather it because these things are kept as clean as a whistle.
Oh yeah, they're that's part of their appeal.
Yeah, they keeping the airframe clean squeezed a few more miles per hour out of the machine.
Mm-hmm.
And in the races, that made all the difference.
Mm.
Well, oh yeah, Jay has his toys. I got one here as well.
Oh.
This is for the I don't know if you remember, I was talking about the Space 1999 Moonbase Alpha kit that I got.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of lighting it, and I don't want to go with all the lighting strips and things like that. So I got this, which is a garden lighting set.
Mm-hmm.
50 LEDs for the princely sum of £2.50.
Wow.
And a solar, what do you call that?
Battery pack?
Power supply, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So mount that on the side of the frame, so then to switch everything on, I just cover it up. And the lights come on.
Cool.
So, and the parts themselves are nice and translucent, so the light should show through. Note to self, for show and tell, make sure everything's within reach. I would need to turn the lights off here for you to actually see through that, but trust me, the lights do shine through that. It's white plastic, nice and translucent, so in theory all I have to do is just mask off the windows, paint it all black, then paint the final color on top, then unmask the windows, and make sure all the lights shine.
Mm.
Simple,
yeah.
Simple until you stop doing it.
That's true, Heath. That's me.
That's you. Okay, let's get popping and jump over to James. How you doing, James?
I'm doing fine there, Jack. Yeah. Well, I did some more work on my little real space project. Application. Oink. Some of these pictures you see. I'm doing the SpaceX Falcon 9 and the landing.
Another Falcon?
Yeah, another Falcon. So it's only 7 pages this time, so it's not like any 30-some-odd page kit. So this should be a fairly quick build. And I got finished today this upper section of the first stage with the paddles. Showing under building the paddles up. And that's basically what I've got right now. And I'm starting on to the next section of the fuselage, working the way down. So that's where I am with that.
Yeah, it is so cool to watch that one of those things come back in and land.
Oh, if anybody watched the launch last night, it was a beautiful launch. And the landing, they had so many more cameras available to see the landing last night.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the whole thing seeing it come down.
I forget who it was, but someone said about watching after the first one landed properly.
Yeah.
And everything. He said, now finally we have a spaceship that lands the way that God and Ray Bradbury said it should, you know.
Yeah, every time I see that thing land, I keep thinking of Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when Thunderbird 1's coming back to Tracy Island, it has to. I mean, it comes out from under that swimming pool. It has to come back down the same way. So
Yeah. They never really ever showed it coming back, did they?
I think they did once in one episode, but I can't remember which episode it was now. I'm going to have to find that episode now.
Probably the first one or the second one. It was probably
Yeah.
the first episode or the second episode. That's what I remember seeing it land once.
Mm-hmm. Thunderbird 3, the
You see more
spacecraft.
Thunderbird
came
2
back the same
landing?
way, so.
You see more Thunderbird 2 landing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one you see more of, which is Thunderbird 2.
Thunderbird 2 was always my favorite. I actually had a model of that. I had a model of Thunderbird 2, Thunderbird 4 and 5, the space station, and the red one that went up.
Rocket ship.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I had models of those before I ever knew what Thunderbirds was, because they had some model kits in a local drugstore that I thought looked really cool, and I didn't know what Thunderbirds was. It didn't run around my area at all. And when they did finally bring it to wide broadcast in the US, they broadcasted on Saturday mornings, and they cut the episodes to a half an hour.
Yeah.
No, you don't do that with Thunderbirds.
Yeah, fortunately I can see them now if I want to, but back when it was originally on, I had no idea. I grew up with Supercar, Fireball XL5, and Stingray.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up with this dog and Speed Racer. Those were the two that I recall clear as day. Speed Racer and Scooby-Doo.
I recall watching when I was a lad was Scooby-Doo, of course.
Mm-hmm.
What else was there? There was the original Transformers, before they started redoing it all, the original Transformers. Speed Racer, yeah, I remember seeing Speed Racer. But the one that really holds most memory for me is the Thunderbirds. I mean, I still watch them.
Thunderbirds.
Interesting. Yeah.
I still watch them today.
Stingray and Thunderbirds were my two staple.
Yeah.
Shows.
I've never, even when I was a kid, I never missed an episode of Thunderbirds. I've probably watched every episode more than once of Thunderbirds.
Yeah. I should get the Mystery Machine. Mr. Machine kid. I did get one by accident. I should have kept it. I ordered something else, and I think it was eBay. They sent me something different, and I sent it back. But I should have kept it because I would have eventually would have done that kit. The Dream Machine, not the Dream Machine, the Mystery Machine band. Yeah.
Right.
That'd
be a good subject for a group build sometime. Our childhood.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember seeing all of the Jerry Anderson shows, friggin' from Supercar right up to, Captain Scarlet and UFO. Yeah.
How about you, Phil? What was your childhood guilty pleasure?
Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds?
Stingray.
Before the community, I'd never heard of Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Hang on a sec. Just bear me a second.
I'm just happy nobody said Power Rangers.
Oh, for God's sake! Oh.
No.
Power Rangers. Not Heath though. Not Heath.
I couldn't get into Power Rangers. I don't think ever.
What color did you like? Like they were different, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That looks like the little Thunderbird 2 model I had.
I'd have to say that probably the closest to that I've already watched was probably
I may have
Thunderbird 2.
Yeah, the one that I had, the center section would drop out of it, and there was a little multi-wheeled vehicle inside. That's all I remember. I was very young. I was very young when I got it, but
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that was not in the kit that I had, but
I think there was a variety of things you could have in there.
it could be the one that I had. In fact, I'm willing to bet that it was a Japanese kit.
Oh, I was right. No, I was right.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on.
The thing is, another show I used to watch, which is along the same lines as Scooby-Doo, was Dino-Mutt.
Oh, Dino-Mutt? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a dog. He's a go-go dog person. Are you talking about me, BF? The Blue Falcon. Oh, hello.
George says Space 1999 UFO were his favorites.
Yeah.
Look at this.
UFO. Love UFO.
I loved UFO. I loved Space 1999. I was able to buy, because they released Supercar Stingray, Fireball XL5, and such on DVD, and so I bought all of those. So I do have those, which is nice to watch every once in a while. They always really creeped out my kids, though. I tried showing my kids, Stingray, and they were just creeped out by the whole puppet thing,
Well, actually, I didn't hear, believe it or not, even though the Thunderbird kits are rare these days. I mean, especially the ones that over here they are. Over here they are because because not a lot of people watch Thunderbirds. I mean, I'm going, what? I'm probably on my 5th screening by now.
Mm.
And the thing is with the Thunderbirds is because they're such a rare kit, especially over here, they're very hard to come by and very expensive. You know what I mean? You've got the new Thunderbirds, that's there.
I saw a couple of those. I didn't care for them.
I don't like the new Thunderbirds. For some reason, it loses some of the majesty of the original. I've always watched the original Thunderbirds. I mean, that's the one I remember. That's the one I watch still to this day.
I get the impression that the new Thunderbirds are for the modern kids with pretty short attention spans.
Yeah,
probably. And I do like the fact that they were using practical models along with the CGI. For the new Thunderbirds. In fact, there's a episode of what's his name? Adam Savage has a series of things on YouTube, and there's one where he visits the company that did the special effects for the new Thunderbirds, and they've got all the sets set up there and everything, and he gets to like move the swimming pool out of the way and make the door open for Thunderbird 2 and everything. So it's that part's pretty cool. But then I actually saw the show and didn't care for it. Oh, now that looks nice.
That is nice.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what, I never liked the Thunderbird movies either. The Thunderbird movie, it was like,
the live action one?
Yeah.
I kind of liked that. I don't know why. I kind of enjoyed that movie, but
the thing I didn't like about that movie was. Sorry,
yeah. George says he wishes that there was a model kit made of the Straker's car on UFO.
Oh yeah.
I had a Dinky Toys model of that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I had that too. The thing is, the paint scheme on the Dinky Toy was nothing like the original bronze color that they.
It was a yellow. Kind of yellow paint.
The yellowy, goldy colored metallic thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was a show I mean, another show I used to watch, which was a British show, and no, it's not Doctor Who. But my wife got me into a British program called The Tomorrow People.
Oh yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, I saw that.
Because my wife was watching it, and I sat down and because I had never seen it before, and I sat down and watched it with them, going, "This is not bloody bad." And mind you, it's all in black and the first part of it's all in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, "Geez, that's how they used to watch TV like that."
That was back in the 60s when England didn't have any color in it. Everything, no matter where you looked, everything was black and white. They didn't start importing color into England until I think the 70s. Like that.
I can remember those days, Jay, and yeah, everything was black and white. Yeah. Like it was here when I was growing up. Yeah.
So Mark says that Buck Rogers and the Invaders were his thing.
Oh, Buck Rogers!
Yeah,
yeah. I liked Buck Rogers.
Is that the one with bitty 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 bitty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's didn't care for Twiki. But then again, I've been a big fan of even the original comics, the original Buck Rogers comics from the 20s.
Yeah.
Is that the one with Larry Buster Crabs?
They did do a Buster Crab Buck Rogers serial. They were going to do a sequel, but it did not do well, so they instead took the script and made it into a third Flash Gordon movie.
Well, hey, I'll tell you what, the one thing I want to get my hands on is that Buck Rogers Starfighter. I've always wanted to get
You can find it as a paper kit in a number of places for free, but as a plastic kit, I know you can find resin copies of it as a plastic kit, but as an actual plastic kit, yeah.
I mean, it's not the same. It's not the same. I mean,
somebody did put out. Somebody did put out a very, very limited run of the Flash Gordon ship. I think it might have been as many as 20. Was the run, and I can't remember who it was. I saw a video about 3 or 4 months ago that somebody was showing off ad nauseum. They did a whole hour of showing off the finished kit. Talk about a boring video. That's probably why I don't remember it. I just remember seeing it.
That's the Buck Rogers spaceship, the original one from the Buster Crab things. Was actually not made for, or the Flash Gordon was not made for that serial. It was originally made for a movie called Just Imagine. And it was a Mars ship in that, and then they used it in Flash Gordon. So
when I was watching, when I was younger, they used to repeat the Buster Crabs Flash Gordons like first thing in the morning. And I would wake up every morning to see, and the one sound I love is the sound of the ships would make. You know, it sounded so yesteryear. You know, like how they used to make films and stuff like you couldn't half tell when it was on Flame and Fishing Wire and it was moving because in those days you could actually see it.
Yeah,
I used to love those Flash Gordon serials. And then when I saw that they made a Flash Gordon movie with Melody Anderson and the best Ming, Max von Sydow, the best Ming Merciless ever. I still to this day.
Von Sydow, yeah. I like the soundtrack. I just love the soundtrack of it. Was that the 1982? I think it was.
Queen did the soundtrack for that. Yeah, that was. I hated the movie, but I loved the soundtrack, and I agree with you. He was the best Ming.
Yeah, he was the best. It was worth seeing the movie for him and for the soundtrack and nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. So, Flash Gordon, come on. There's nothing. Larry Buster Crabs is the best Flash Gordon, but
all right.
No.
Well, this is. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this to turn into a Doctor Who, who's the best Doctor Who discussion.
I haven't got to him yet.
So, actually, I've got two. Tom Baker and Peter
do Doctor Who, we need Carwin in here.
All right. Let's see what Phil's up to. What are you up to, Phil?
I'm sitting here watching this, but other than that,
honest
conversation.
I think for a scale model show, we should at some point talk about scale models.
Hey, I showed a really high quality model of a flying saucer, for crying out
Probably a
loud.
good idea.
Yeah.
I saw that, Jade. I thought, how underwhelming. How underwhelming.
That's the first
like some of
thing.
my bills, yes.
Oh, never mind. We won't go there.
It's already made. Get out of here.
Anyway, back to Phil.
So back to Phil.
You see what happens when I get involved in these
I'm
things?
trying to-
I just take over the whole show.
I've made a sort of a start on doing the base for the tank. If you count scratch building a, don't know if you can see that. It's one of them.
Oh yeah.
I just scratch built little fuel drum because I haven't got any in 172 scale. And I thought, well, I'd like one of those on the base. I didn't say about some of the other things I've sort of got going. One of which is the old Airfix Bismarck.
Oh boy, I haven't seen that one in ages.
Which is really ancient, and that I don't know if you can see. Probably can't see. There's a lot of additions to it.
Oh, the 1/350 one, yeah.
Actually, the 1/600th scale.
1/600 scale.
Yeah, it's their quirky scale that Airfix had themselves. But there's so many inaccuracies in it. But it's about about 16 inches long. So that's one of the things I've been working on slowly, but it needs a lot of added detail to it. That's one of the things I've been working on.
From what I remember, it needed a lot of extra detail.
Sorry?
From what I remember of that kit when I was building it as a kid, it would have needed a lot of extra detail.
And a lot of corrections as well. Yes, it's Pigeon chose it, so trying to think what else I've been working on. I've been working on one of these as well.
Oh dear.
Tamiya 1700.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is I got it in a bag at the moment. Dinky little thing.
Yeah, the 1/700 scale. Yeah.
Oh, jeez, that's small.
But again, it's my obsession, I think, to make correct things, and I've been sort of hollowing out the backs of the guns because they were just sort of the gun.
Yeah.
But they were all molded solid. So I don't seem to be able to build anything from the box anymore.
That is actually quite a common disease among modelers.
Yeah.
We
There
can't
was
leave
another
things.
thing with paper kits some time ago. I even dabbled.
Oh, V2.
It's a paper kit.
Oh, a V2 model kit. Beautiful.
And it came. It's rather dusty, but it also came with the
base.
Oh, nice.
the base.
Launch pad.
It
Launch base.
actually rotates.
Nice.
Although I think some of the glue's coming off, and I've managed to cover myself in dust as well.
That's another problem that a lot of modelers have.
We do fancy dust collectors is what we do.
Yeah.
Post up on the site.
Oh yes.
The Star Destroyer. One thing I couldn't demonstrate to you on there was this.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh, there's one of my graphics.
It's the Rebel Build and Play one. But yeah, I was amazed that still worked actually after all the work I'd done on it and painting and.
There's another one of my ground kits. Everybody else seems to get them, and every time I want to get one,
Yeah, that's the cheap Revel Build and Play one.
yeah, well, either way, Phil.
So,
I mean, I don't care as long as I get the Star Destroyer. I don't care. I mean, the Sylvester one would be nice, but I wouldn't know where to put it.
yeah, I really want the Sylvester one.
I don't know where I'd put it.
I've been hearing a lot about that. How big is it?
It's 1/2700. It's huge. It's like.
Well, that doesn't tell me anything. Actually, I don't know how.
It's actually, you see the size of that one. You add on about half as much again. I think it's about that long.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's not as big.
It's not
as
like that
the
huge
Revell
resin one that they did.
Right. Randall has a much bigger one from Revell, the limited edition one.
That's the Sylvester one.
That's the Sylvester kit. Yeah.
It's the same kit as the Vesta one.
Yep. It's just reboxed in. Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Edition.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. All right. Well, that would be the one that I'd like to have.
And my pocket's still not digging for it.
Not necessarily build it. Yeah, not necessarily building and having my stash. And maybe once I'm all old and feeble, I'd probably try to do it. For somebody who wasn't going to show up, you sure had a lot to contribute there, Heath. What else do you got?
I just thought I'd surprise you. You know.
Well,
Surprise!
I'm more shocked than surprised, but go ahead. What do you have on your bench?
Well, thank you very much. I haven't done much. I haven't, because the weather's so terrible over here. I haven't been able to do much of my Lotus. I haven't been able to do much at all because it's just been.
I pull your legs so much that you should be 10 feet tall by now.
Well, I do feel about 10 feet tall.
So you're not really doing anything. That's what you're doing. It's cold. It got below 30 degrees Celsius there. It's cold.
Hey, now come on, excuse me. I'm not going to
I feel your pain.
Just so I can paint my kit. Get the heck out. No.
Yeah, you know what? The start of our summer is pretty anemic, so if that makes any feel better, Jay will tell you our summer. I don't think summer's going to come until maybe even August. It looks like.
It still feels like spring outside. Yeah.
It's been
like April.
Well, let me put it this way. I'll be starting my Star Wars build up again since I got some material for Vader's cape. But the other thing I'm thinking of doing is lighting the lightsaber.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because it's just going to take one LED, one positive, one negative wire, twist it together, because it's only a small thing. It's like about and put the LED in the actual hilt and sort of make it.
Attach a car battery to it.
Yeah.
No, attach a car battery to it.
And watch his hand blow off, just like in the movie.
Right. But no, I'm thinking of doing. Okay, I'm still trying to work on. Okay, that's the rear downforce I did for the Lotus. That was no trouble at all. I got that together. Do you think I can get the Jordan one together? No. I've tried everything, and I'm going, that's it. Jordan's going to go away for a while, and I'll even work on this for the stunt and speed. Because this one I've made before, because it's the same model kit as the JPS one I've done. This one I know. This one I know how to work. This one I know how to do. So that'll be done. Then I'll get on to, I've already done my street custom build, so that's already been done. That took me no time. But no, I'm thinking about. I don't know if I should. I'm just trying to think. I could do a diorama for the Star Wars one. I mean, I got a stormtrooper up there. I could get another stormtrooper and put them together with Vader, so you can sort of have his personal guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But besides all that, nothing much.
Nothing much, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, it
nothing
looks
much.
like the live chat is let's see. Got a good number of participants just saying hi to each other at this point.
Yeah.
Of course, George is being the live chat host. It almost seems that way. And with a close second being Mark. Let's see. What have you guys been saying here? Scratch builders must have my utmost respect, says Mark. Can't scratch build to save my life.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, well, maybe not a Gundam, Mark. Maybe not a Gundam, but you can probably do like an extra spike or two for a Gundam. I'm sure you could scratch build one of those. In fact, I would suggest you start there. Start small. You can do it. Yes, you can. Boy.
Damn, I forgot to say. I forgot to say when I was talking. Did anybody else see that 172 Millennium Falcon from Bandai? Because no Randall.
Oh, there's that word again. Jeez.
Sorry. He stopped swearing in front of Jack. You know it upsets him.
Well, I'm just saying. I just want to know if anybody else has seen about it. I don't know. Besides you,
I've got the 1/144th one. I don't have the.
I try to run a family show here.
How is Bandai
Again.
How is Bandai a swear word?
It's going to be $1 in the bucket every time you say it.
It's like saying Macbeth to an actor.
I think of this adage: if you can't do, teach. If you can't build a model, build a Bandai.
Oh, well, thanks very much. I always build Bandai, and I've never had no trouble with it.
You got the good ones then.
Oh, for nothing, I've built an A-wing, I've built a Y-wing, I've built 2 X-wings for crying out loud, and I'm still working on it.
Well, I think my biggest problem is the fact they're expensive. To me, they're very expensive. So speaking of expensive, back in the day when the Hangouts were becoming, we were starting up. That was what this coming August will be the 4th anniversary, actually, of the Hangouts. I've been doing them since August of 4 years ago. That's coming up, and I'd say, maybe after that, the reason I got all this started is because I hadn't done modeling in a long time. And I went online, I saw there was a bunch of modelers. I thought, let's have a community to teach me modeling. So you guys all show up and all the other members show up. Everybody's teaching me stuff. And I felt really bold, and this is why I have this reputation with the Starship Enterprise, is that I tried, those kits have a tendency to be a little more sophisticated. But I'll show you some pictures of something that I did a while ago. I don't remember where I put them. Let's see. But I'm going to share. And at the time, I was really wanting a really good Millennium Falcon kit. And the only thing that was available was like a $250 fine mold kit.
Your fine mold's 144. That was very well done.
The 144 is detailed well enough for me. But this kit I knew I was going to like. And this is really one of the first, only a few times I'm actually showing my work, because I'm going to do a video on this. On video, I'm going to try to build in 6 minutes. So I'm going to try to do a 6 to 8 minute video of this build. And then maybe a 6 to 8 minute painting episode and so on. So I want to really condense everything I'm doing. I've got my camera right there. And that's taking pictures. A lot of it's going to be still pictures, but this is about as far as I got so far with my greebles. As you see from
That's
on this
looking
side,
good, Jay.
the holes are starting to disappear. And I told Jim I'm actually very relaxed doing this. So this is going to be lighted as well, and I hope to have a pretty lighted and detailed cockpit, unlike my 144 scale. So this is going to be a pretty long build, and I hope to be able to put together some video, something of which I haven't done since 4 years ago. The videos I did back then, I removed from my channel because it became the ASM channel. And I thought perhaps I should have my own channel, not post my work on ASM. But that's been my plans when I go on to summer hiatus, which will be at the end of June. I haven't picked a date yet. I think it's going to be starting in July, mid-July. I usually take 6 weeks off, and that's been a tradition too. And maybe Liam will come in and do across the pond every now and again during the summer. But with the hiatus, I'm going to get a new workbench, something that's more conducive to doing videos and the like and stuff. Because I've been asked numerous times where my videos go. Why don't I do any of my own? And because I think it has to do with like time. Do it a lot with time, but still, I thought, well, you know what, by golly, I'm gonna do this, and I'm thinking of format, and that would be an easy enough format to do, entertaining and informative enough that it'd be watchable. So this is going to be my first build. I'm going to be scratch building a Star Wars kit too. Or no, not the kit. I'll be scratch building something. I'm going to keep that on the wraps. I want that to be somewhat of a surprise to you all as to what it'll end up being. But I promise you, it's going to be big. It's going to be quite large, and it's going to have its own video set too. So that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. So I'm actually in a way looking forward to going on hiatus so I can get some of this out of the way, because at work they increased my mandatory overtime to 8 hours now. Again, they keep increasing it. In 2 weeks, I have no doubt it'll be 10 hours. So there goes my summer, just like it was last summer. I had a lot of overtime too. But long and short of it, I have a lot of big plans, not just for myself, but for my contribution to the hobby. And I have to thank you all for encouraging me and also teaching me a thing or two about the hobby. And I just hope that I can offer something back in return that would be fun to watch and interesting to see. So other than that, I don't know what else to say. I'll probably squeeze in a car build in the meantime to break the monotony. But anyway, I don't know what else to say. I've been doing pretty good. I've been very organized with this, because when I opened this kit up, I'm like, geez Louise, look at all these sprues. And I can't, and I don't, I'm sure there's video out there of this kit. And of all the sprues there are, they have them all lettered. I think it goes up to G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, J, up to J. And like the A sprue, there's 3 of them. The B sprue, there's 2. The D sprue, there's 2. Or maybe that's 1. There's just multiple sprues for each letter, because there's a lot of repetitious greebles on this, believe it or not. I thought that was an eye-opener too, is how much of a repeat there is. I'm going to have as Mark said, why is it that he has parts left over when he has done a kit? I have to admit, the same thing happens to me too. But I know I'm going to have extra parts on this, because I'm not going to do the landing gear. This is going to be an in-flight, and I got to build a a base as well. And I found a flaw, and maybe I can share this. Turn on some of the lights here so my camera doesn't wash out. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, this is much better, even though it looks a little dark. There is a part that goes between these two portals right here. And this is a one-page instruction. And all of a sudden, it appears. And I have no idea what part that is. So I found a flaw in the kit. It's not here, but it magically appears in the next step. And this is all the entire engine pie slice, if that makes any sense. That's the entire pie slice. It's not like, because now what I'm working on is doing one side of the pie slice, and then down below is another step. You do the other side. These are mirror images. These are mirror images.
Yeah.
But I got as far as the one side. Now I'm working on the other side.
Work your way down till you got a part left over that's not accounted for.
Well, yeah. Well, I took a look at the sketch a little closer to see if I could recognize it on one of the sprues, and well, I better not hack away at it because I'll be removing parts. And in fact, these exhaust portals, you're not supposed to put this one in, and I did, and I had to pry it off last minute, because what this hole is, actually a screw goes through there and attaches with screws the top to the bottom, and there are two screws holes here and two up here too. So this actually comes with a little baggie of hardware.
Jesus Christ!
This is an absolutely fascinating kit, because I did a fine molds kit, and I think it might have been a car, and it used a couple of screws too. I thought that was really interesting that the fine molds Japanese company would go as far as getting like hardware store type of stuff included.
Quite a few Japanese kits usually come with screws and things like that to hold the parts together.
Really? I mean, then my thinking is that the two halves don't get glued together. Is my thinking now, if it comes with screws.
I think it comes from the time when they used to put a motor in practically everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a tank. That's what it was. It wasn't a car. It was a tank. I built a Tamiya tank.
Yeah, nearly all the tanks that they did in the early, like from the 70s through to maybe the early 80s.
Yeah, they all could be motorized. Yeah.
They all had to be motorized. Yeah.
Well, yeah, to me, a tank, you could have made an RC kit. I'm not Wayne. I couldn't do that.
Believe it or not, there was a Japanese model kit of the Proteus from Fantastic Voyage that was about this long, and it was motorized with wheels.
Yeah.
It was. I've never seen the kit in real life, but I've got pictures of that particular kit that came out back right around when the movie came out, and so that was a long time ago. But yeah, they put wheels and motors and everything.
Yeah, even more recently, Aoshima came out with a Thunderbird 4 kit that was roughly 1/48 scale, and you could build it pretty much as stock, and also you could also build it with a tiny electric motor and wheels in it, so you can trundle it around the carpet, chase after it, as well as the lighting option. So even now they're still building kits that have a motorized option, so you still get a wee baggie of screws and stuff like that.
We can still buy you can still buy the Tamiya motor kits for the tanks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, it used to be the came with the kit, but you could they repop the old kits, but they didn't include the motors, so you have to buy them separate now.
Yeah.
I remember. I can't remember if it was Revell or like Monogram, but some of the motorized kits you actually had to build the motor. They gave you wire and little vanes and magnets, and you had to wind your own rotor and everything to actually build the motor for the thing. And it was far more than my young abilities had at the time to be able to build. But
I think models back then were a lot more educational. You certainly would
I
learn.
remember that one taught me a lot of swear words. So,
well, Mark says that 160 scale Gundams come with metal parts as well as screws. I'm sure a 160 scale Gundam is a pretty sizable kit. Then, Mark, I guess is my thinking.
Yeah.
Because the Gundams are supposed to be like giants, like a Greek. Like the Titans of the ancient Greece is what I'm guessing. I don't think they were normal size. I think maybe Transformers is an Americanized version of Gundam.
well, Transformers was made from a couple of different Japanese cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what they were, but it was the same as with Power Rangers. They took a couple of shows from Japan and mixed them together and added their own stuff and made Power Rangers. With Transformers, they took I know it was at least 2 different Japanese cartoons, and they I don't know if they actually originally added any animation to them or not, but they were not called Transformers in Japan. Or anything like that for the longest time. I guess there is now a Transformers shows in Japan or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was never that much into them, but I had friends that really were.
Yeah. And there's a guy his handle name is James Kirk, K-U-R-K. He said, it's always nice to have extra parts when you're working a car build. I guess so.
No, I always have extra parts when I'm working on my car.
Right. Well, this kid has been very very interesting. Needless to say, I've been learning gluing techniques actually because the parts are so tiny. I bring that out again. There's this one part that is extremely small. There's my thumb over. Right there, that little thing that looks like it's poking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see an angle, right? Yeah. Looks like a little thing that's poking up there.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Well, anyway, yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I cannot imagine getting used to Japanese kits and never building anything else, really, because they're so good at creating kits. So good at it, except for that instruction thing that I showed you. That was kind of odd. That was kind of weird. I don't know.
One slight oversight. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out as to what it might be.
Well, when you're done with the model, look over all the parts you have left and see if you have a part that looks like it would fit there.
Yeah, sure. And that doesn't look like landing gear.
Yeah.
I was thinking of just doing a landing gear just because, and make that, or leave. I don't know, because I don't know if you guys. I know Jay would have this. This is all the extra parts that I've had in kits.
I have
This black stuff is from a monster truck kit. This is like fender guards that I didn't need for the monster truck build. This is like a compartment, a missile compartment for one of the jets that I built. So there's a lot of. I got 2 drawers of this stuff, and I don't know why I'm keeping it because I'll probably never use it.
I have large storage bins full of extra parts and things like that. I'm dead serious about that. For a long time I told friends of mine, if you have any extra parts left over when you're building models, give them to me, because I will use them eventually in something, you know, and they come in really handy for detailing, prop building, and things like that.
Oh, sure, little greebles.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know, because certainly that would be of some help. Well, anyway,
what time is it anyway?
Gee, no, I don't know.
Wow, it's almost 8:30.
It's almost 8:30. We were just barely an hour, actually. So let's see. This is, yes, Randall. You come up with the most interesting memes that anyone can come up with.
Yeah.
Is this gonna take? I got to share this. This is like I looked at. It took me a couple times to figure it out.
Yeah. Missed the head way in the background there. Yeah.
Yeah, the head way in the background. Yeah, I'm sure you're quite happy there. Your wife can't find you.
Oh, yeah.
No idea for having a stash like that.
That's me in the loft.
Yeah.
You're not joking, are you?
Nope.
Nope.
You know, you put in one more kit, and that mass is going to undergo gravitational collapse and become a black hole.
Yeah.
That's what I'm afraid of. You talk about reaching singularity. I think that'll become a singularity.
Yeah, exactly. Like the old fishing joke, you know. My wife said it's either fishing or me. God, I'm going to miss that woman. I can see certain modelers feeling that way. So.
Well, I got to share. I thought I'd start sharing this too on a show for Sunday, because by Sunday's Hangout, I've already, found some admirable photos to make. I try to keep the community cover fresh as much as possible. This is going to be a tradition for the Sunday Hangout. This is the cover for the Google Plus page, and this is a Nissan GTR body. This is to for the community build, for the custom muscle and street build. This is what I picked. It's not done yet. This was down along the thread pretty far away. This is Dan Kemp who posted this, and he did different views of this. But I went to his page, and it doesn't look like he's at. He didn't take any pictures. At least he's done with it. We don't know. But the reason I posted this is because of that finish.
Mm-hmm.
It's a metallized blue, and it's just shiny as all can be. Certainly, that was really cool. Absolutely, really cool.
That is nice.
Mm-hmm.
For paint, maybe that'll be enough encouragement for Jay to build a car.
I got one started. I just haven't been working on it. I for the YouTube Batman build that was, or not YouTube, for the Facebook Batman build that was done a while back. I don't know if it's still going, but I started working. Okay, well then it still qualifies. I took the model of the Monkey Mobile and I'm turning it into a Batmobile.
I see. It's a car build that you started in 1979 and you just haven't finished it yet.
No, I have one of those though. I have an original release model of Kit from Knight Rider that I started and have never finished. So that came out, you know, whenever Knight Rider originally came out. So.
And I had a car, funny car for the Facebook page. It was the Hawaiian funny car, which I remember as a kid. Well, finding my post. It's here somewhere. It's somewhere here. Oh. You know what? I'm going to share this. This is Ed Fugit on Facebook. Since I come across it, might as well share it because it's cool. All right, why is it doing that? Ah, there it is. Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like the way he's lit that. Ah, what happened? Come back. There we are.
That looks like the pose looks like the original Mobius Iron Man kit.
Oh, he does. It looks like he's got the box in the background. Familiar with the box art?
Yeah. Oh, it's a different. No, it's a different one. Yeah.
Wow, I just like the way he's got that lit off the base like that. Looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. There's a new Spider-Man movie coming out, and Iron Man makes an appearance. Donnie Jr. is, I think, having enough of the role. I think.
Well, I know he likes doing it, but.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Well, it's
what keeps him out of jail. Is pretty much what it does. By the way.
There is that. So. Yeah, they're working up to a big Avengers movie that's going to have everybody. Doctor Strange will be in it, along with Guardians of the Galaxy, and pretty much everybody. So, what they'll do after that, I don't know, but I think they were saying 2020 or 2019 for a release.
That's a ways away.
The Infinity Wars or something like that. They're calling it.
Might be. I don't know. It's going to bring together virtually everyone. I just saw Doctor Strange earlier this week and really enjoyed it. So
yeah, it was a good movie.
Cumberbatch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was.
Cumberbatch.
That was. It came onto Netflix along with Captain America: Civil War. Those two came on Netflix within a week of each other, so that was fun.
Facebook page that over the weekend just hit over 2,000 members.
Wow!
Already. To give you some idea, if you are somewhat a new member watching, the Facebook page started, I think, just before the Thanksgiving holiday this past year.
Yeah.
2016. So we're talking roughly 7 months. We were able to have as many as 2,000 members join us, and I'll tell you what, this is why I'm having trouble finding what I'm looking for, because just the way Facebook lays things out. You just got to scroll through all this stuff to get to what you want to look at. Just an amazing amount of work being shown off, and a tremendous amount. The sheer volume is quite astonishing, and it's very. I often comment on air about this. And I'm gonna keep commenting on it until you guys get bored of me saying it. It's very different from the Google Plus community in so much that it's much more armor, much more cars. A lot of custom cars are really being posted now. And here on Google Plus, it has sci-fi and Star Wars and things like that have a tendency to be plenty of. Cars, not so much. But they do exist. There's a couple of gentlemen who are avid car builders, and they're both extraordinary. It's good to see, but it's quite the opposite over at the Facebook community. Now, if I can only find darn pictures that I used for. All right, I'm giving up. Isn't that terrible? This thing is, it's just I find it very difficult to navigate Facebook. So let's do home. Let's go to screen share. I'll just show you what it looks like. That's the picture I used. A little dark, but I just wanted more of the engine to show. He's got like almost close to a profile photos of his funny car, and this is, oh heck, I forgot his name. But you know who you are. So yeah, 2,071 members. It's quite a fast growing, and it just seems like everybody who joins the Facebook community is posting and inviting their brothers and cousins and sisters. There's still quite a few women included in this mix too, which I find actually quite interesting. And they're very good. They give the guys some competition. Let's put it that way. They do give the guys competition. That's good to see. Let's see what else I can share from. Let's do Richard Bowden went red over silver. And this is very much a customized car, and quite frankly, I have no idea where he started from. As far as what model year, I just think it's one of the most extraordinary. There's a good example of extraordinary. Let's put it that way.
I think it's a Buick Riviera.
Oh yeah, you got a point there. The front end sort of looks that way.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
It is. Only 2 pictures. Richard, you should be posting more of this. How dare you tease us with just 2? And this is really at the top of the page. Let's see if we can go over to us in the meantime. Yeah, I would download these pictures ahead of time, but Google Plus doesn't let me download. They let me download, but I just don't know what I'm downloading. Because it opens up in the Google browser. It doesn't open up like a photographic software. You can right click on them and then save as is, without expanding it.
Well, it still comes up the same way. It doesn't matter, actually. Sorry to say. I tried it that way, and it's just not very cooperative. There's this. Oh, this is what I just did. Willie's Americar, I think, is very close to what I did. I'm refusing to take pictures of it because I basically spat and this model came out. But Jerry Santora, he's got these wheels that are dirty. He's like,
oh, that's a Willie's coupe.
yeah, Willie's coupe. I don't know what I have. I have something. I have something, Willie's. Yeah. He's got the wheels that are dirty. I like it.
I like the way it has the paint finish there. It seems like, it's one color, but there's parts of it seem like a different color, like green or gray.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Ooh, look at the shit. Ooh.
It's gone.
Yeah.
I had to pop over somewhere.
The red car body you showed there, the shine on it was fantastic.
Yep. So you can see this is still looks like a work in progress. As Dirk says, a whip photo. Work in progress.
Yeah, I think he only got the paint job done that a day or so ago.
Yeah. Yeah, these are this is a new photos he just posted just recently. This is why do people not share what it is? It kind of looks like a Mustang to me. A Mustang on the brain. But this too also has a very fine finish as well.
The shine on that thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Wow, look at that! You can actually see what kind of a light is hitting it. It's a architect's lamp.
Might be a Camaro.
It could be. I usually get the two mixed up sometimes. Yeah, depending on the year.
I'm just looking at the front end.
I wish my car looked that shiny.
Yeah, definitely GM block. Yeah.
Yeah, so it could be. It's yeah. Oh, right here. You mean right here?
No, not that one. No, the grill. It's over on the edge there. You can see the front end is sitting there on the table.
Oh,
Just
right here.
Yeah.
But Firebird.
Maybe. No, it's not prominent nose. I think it's Camaro. The Firebird's got a little more prominent nose on it.
Well, we can agree that's a GM engine block.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can agree to that. So certainly not a Mustang. But there was an advertisement off to the side that says Texas Model Car Builders, and it has a Camaro as a cover. Well, I don't know if that makes it. I don't know if Facebook is that good in promoting their advertisers. Dead air.
I think that's my job.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to share this. Just because I just don't want to be the perennial sci-fi person, but I'm going to have to be. Because I thought the way they did the stand, I'm only showing it because the correlation between the stand and the model itself. Come on. I know you want to load. Here, if I screen share, you're going to pop in, right? They got an alcove of some sort in the base, lighting it from below, and that's I like that. I like that. So just the display of it is good. It's very well done.
USS Nimoy, I like that.
Yeah, it's a Nimoy.
With the year.
Apparently, it's a 350 scale, and it's usually in the pilot. I think the pilot version.
Kind of a mix. He's got the pilot version, bridge dome, and hull workings, but he seems to have the series
nacelles. Yeah.
And NCC 1931. That's his birth year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think both in photography quality and display is display stand. That's why I wanted to show that, because he's done such a good job showing off his build. And then I think Jim and I had talked a lot about it. I'd say might even verge on being extensive discussion about photography, and we talked about. There's a modeler out there that did a whole series of videos, and I had to admit privately, I'm thinking to myself, I didn't want to show my ignorance to Jim, because this guy was pretty much talking over my head anyway. And then Jim takes a look. He says, "Yeah, he's overdoing it." Overdoing it. I mean, you don't have to just find something essentially that can take decent. How you decide?
You can take decent photos of your models with your phone.
Yeah, as long as the camera can do good macro photography, you're in.
Yeah.
As long as the camera is macro capable, you're in. If it's not, you're going to get crap pictures.
Yeah.
Well, I think my Android isn't going to be that one, and I hated my iPhone, but the only thing that I liked about it was the camera on it was extraordinary. Now I got the phone that I want, but the camera pretty much sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm without camera, and I'm actually taking stills with my video camcorder. It seems to do okay as long as I can control the lighting better. And I did share Bob Bruce's Riddler on Google Plus. The adventure putting those question marks, each individual.
Oh yeah.
Individual being a question mark. That was here we are. Okay, this is the photo set. Oh, it disappeared. Okay, this is the photo set of the funny car. Oh. Focus. Focus, focus. There we go. And that, of course, is what's on the cover. I particularly liked Leon Perkins' sauce in the background with the French's mustard. And
yeah.
I was looking at this picture. I'm thinking to myself, why am I getting so hungry?
Your sauce and mustard. Yeah.
And I think it's signed by someone, and I'm not sure whom. Maybe I could have used this picture. It's a little brighter lit. Sure, I could use this. I don't know why I settled for the other one. But not many funny cars being shown in the communities.
Yeah.
Doesn't that want you to go out and print off a paper kit of a funny car, Jim?
I haven't really seen. I can't say there's not one out there. I can't. I haven't really seen it. Lots of hot rods and stuff like that, but I haven't seen a funny car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I qualify that.
So as you can see, that's just a lot of cars over at the. Oh gosh. Okay. Now going back to the live chat, they're all about cars all of a sudden. AMT 1971 Dodge Charger to do at one point. A 2010 Ford Shelby GT500. Keep it to a hobby. I think I built one of those. I think this is the one that it's actually easy at hand here. This, I hand painted this, the body and everything. The rear view mirrors are not there yet. One of these days I'll put, and of course the tailpipes, I'm going to put the tailpipes in. But I think this is what he's talking about. I think this is what he's talking about. Because I know it's a GT500. Box around here somewhere. Anyway. This took me all summer to do last year. I brag about it because I was a sick little puppy. Anyway, I've been called sick by better people, I guess.
Jack, you were
Yes,
asking
sir.
earlier about the size of the this Vesta Star Destroyer or the Revell reprint of that kit. Well, this is the that's the old MPC AMT kit, and this is the
almost recreate the opening of the first movie just by whipping that up in front of your camera.
We're 500,000 meters away and it kills the screen.
I was tempted to introduce it like this, if I can hold it steady enough and it just comes in.
Yeah, that would have been fun. Yeah. And I hate to say it, but I'm kind of glad that Heath isn't on right now because he'd still be screaming.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can remember if we were given a good detailed Star Destroyer, that was that size, we'd have been happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then those lovely Russians went and gave us this one, which is like big.
Yeah. That's big. I like that.
I think if I build this properly and just set it at the right angle, there's one of the I could use part of it as a coffee table. And we really make sure that the visitors use coasters. I don't want them setting hot coffee on it and melting it.
That's something I would do.
That'll be a fun little project, drilling out all the holes for the fiber optics. Or somebody suggested actually just drilling out the holes, putting in short lengths of fiber optics, and then running LED strip lighting all over the place inside it.
I think I hear Tony screaming in the background there somewhere.
Yeah. Tony and Liam both are twitching at the minute.
Yeah.
Liam's in Italy sleeping and he's twitching in bed. His wife is woken up by it. Funny, I had such a bad nightmare last night. I don't know why.
Liam is in, well, he was in Sorrento, which is just across the Bay of Naples from Vesuvius. So if he's starting to twitch now, his wife's starting to get very worried.
Oh, that's.
I can hide behind this. This is great.
All right, I think that's pretty much it. Yesterday, across the pond was 2 hours. I didn't realize it was 2 hours long. And
well, we're going on it right now.
Yeah, we're reaching towards that now. Hey, it's been a lot of fun, huh? It's good to see you, Jay.
Glad I was finally able to get back here.
Yep. And boy, who's doing the feedback? Must be you, Randall.
That's me.
The little green dots.
Your mic saw your Star Destroyer and decided to start feeding back.
Just mute myself here. I'll just wave goodbye to everybody when the time comes.
All right. It was good seeing you too, Randall, and thanks for sharing as always. And same with you there, Phil. We both, I think, are in time zones that make it very late for you. So I think you two are going to sleep. There you go. It's time to say good night, George, really. And Jim, thanks for stopping by as well. And
you're
Keith,
welcome.
and for all of you who are watching, back is really crazy. Let's do this. There we go. Okay. No, someone else. There we go. All right. And all of you watching and being part of the live chat, thank you so much for being a part of it. Thanks, Joe. Hope you're feeling better and for joining the live chat, and keep it to a hobby, as well as George. How can I forget George? George, you're just quite an amazing guy. James Kirk, K-U-R-K. And Dirk, one of our moderators over at the Facebook page, also joined the live chat. And who else was over there? There was a lot of people over there. There was here's someone that was an interesting handle. Well, Phil also showed up for live chat. Thank you for showing up and chatting away there. Dana also showed up, and the Young Master Model Builder, I think, is his handle. He showed up too to do some chat, and you guys had a nice conversation over there. I try to bring in as much as you can, but you started talking amongst yourselves, and I almost felt like an eavesdropper. But but certainly your participation was wanted, needed, and very much appreciated. So I was trying to get as much in on the show, mentioning it to everyone as to what's going on. A lot was going on. They were talking about cars and other things as well. And also, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have Across the Pond again on a Saturday, and 2 weeks from today will be another Sunday edition of the Sunday Hangout. And just want to remind you, we do have three community builds to wet your whistle. If you have not challenged yourself, never did a car, do a car. Because we got two of them, two builds, a stunt and speed. But stunt also means airplanes and the like. As you see, Randall's doing a airplane. I did one too. I did the Spirit of St. Louis. And also the build for street, muscle, and custom cars. Both of these are out of the box. And just post your pictures, have fun, and also the Star Wars build. Make it more than just out of the box. Challenge yourself, because even if you're a beginner, you can try to do something new. In fact, once I find my Voyager pictures, I took pictures of it just recently because it still lights. It was my first model ever that I built and lit head to toe, and this was 4 years ago almost, and it still works. I'm just totally amazed. And maybe next time I'll share that and get into talking more about lighting, because if you want to light your Star Wars models, there are ways to do it. As you see, there was a Star Trek build that lit the base, because you can do that too with Star Wars board, or even with a car. So anyhow, moving on, and I hope you all enjoy yourselves in the next couple of weeks. Happy modeling, everyone, and we'll see you all later.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.